friends. Today we will learn those secret formulas from Wallace D. Wattles that will fill your life with abundance. This journey consists of a total of 17 steps. The 17 steps to the science of getting rich. Chapter 1. It is your birthright to be rich. Chapter 2. Acquiring wealth is not luck, it is a perfect science. Chapter 3. Opportunity is not the property of one person, it is open to everyone. Chapter 4. Your thoughts or mind are the first factory for creating wealth. Chapter 5. Do not just survive life, learn to expand it. Chapter 6. Whatever you give to the world, wealth will return to you even more abundantly. Chapter 7. Gratitude is the primary magnet for attracting cosmic wealth. Chapter 8. Staying fixed on a specific goal is the key to success. Chapter 9. Apply your willpower to your own mind, not others. Chapter 10. Stop thinking about poverty and focus on abundance. Chapter 11. Thinking alone is not enough, you must start working in that certain way. Chapter 12. Complete each of your small tasks efficiently and perfectly. Chapter 13. Choose the right profession that suits your nature and talent. Chapter 14. Instill belief in others that they will also prosper by being with you. Chapter 15. Establish yourself as an advancing individual. Chapter 16. Special precautions for conquering fear and doubt. Chapter 17. The infallible summary of the entire book that will change your fate. So let us begin the work of transforming our lives, starting with the first chapter of this extraordinary journey, which has guided successful people for generations. Chapter 1. The Right to be Rich. This chapter is the first axe to break the chains of poverty in your mind. Here, the author proves that becoming wealthy is not a hobby, but rather the very fulfillment of your existence. The core essence of the chapter is, there is no virtue in poverty. To achieve the full development of your body, mind and soul, a great deal of wealth is required. If you wish to develop your latent talents, you must have the necessary tools, money and opportunity. Therefore, the desire to be rich is actually a natural aspiration for a beautiful and fulfilled life. The sapling. The author provides a powerful example from nature. When a sapling grows in nature, does it ever say, "I will stop after growing just this much"? No, nature intends for every living thing to reach its maximum height. Nature always favors abundance and expansion, increase. Similarly, to give fulfillment to the immense potential within you, you require abundance. Being rich does not just mean increasing a bank balance, but rather reaching the highest potential of your life. The author compares human life to three inseparable parts, three pillars: body, mind, and soul. Body. The body requires good food, comfortable clothing, and shelter. Mind. The mind requires the acquisition of knowledge, travel, and artistic entertainment. Soul. For the soul's satisfaction, one needs the capacity to love and to give to others. The lesson: if any one of these three is neglected, life remains incomplete. And to give these three their proper nourishment, you need money. Therefore, becoming rich is a sacred duty. Changing the mindset. The author states that first and foremost, you must stop considering being rich as a sin or a bad deed. Instead, you must believe that becoming rich is the primary goal of your life. When you believe this from your heart, only then will your subconscious mind begin to show you the path to acquiring wealth. A simple explanation from my side. To put it simply, we learn from childhood to be content with little. But this book says that while being content is good, it should not become an obstacle to your progress. With money, you can serve not only yourself, but the world even more. Poverty keeps a person small, while abundance gives a person the opportunity to grow large for the benefit of others. The author is pointing out to us right from the first chapter, being rich is not an option, it is your moral right. If you want the development of your mind and soul, you must embrace abundance. From today, forget singing the praises of poverty. Remember, just as the sun rises with its full light, you too must flourish with your full wealth.
Chapter 2. There is a science of getting rich. In this chapter, the author proves that acquiring wealth is not a lottery or a coincidence. Rather, it is like a specific mathematical rule. This will strengthen your belief in your own destiny. The core essence of the chapter is, becoming rich does not depend on specific talent or environment, but is the result of working in a certain way. The author states that if being rich depended solely on talent, then all talented people would be wealthy. If it depended only on the environment, everyone in one city would be rich, while everyone in another would be poor. However, we see that in the same profession and the same city, one person becomes a multimillionaire while another remains destitute. This means the person getting rich is, even if unintentionally, following a certain scientific rule. The example of two shopkeepers. Suppose two individuals open similar clothing stores in the same area. One prospers day by day, while the other goes bankrupt. Why? Because the first one follows that certain rule or science in communicating with customers, selecting products, and thinking, which the second one does not. Wealth is not a magic spell. When you perform a task in a specific correct method, the result, money, is bound to come. Just as 2 + 2 = 4, combining the right thoughts and actions creates wealth. The author teaches an infallible natural law in this chapter: cause and effect. Behind every effect or result, there is a cause. If you want to be rich, you must create those causes. The lesson: poverty is not your fate. It is the result of your past incorrect thinking. If you change your method of working and your pattern of thinking from today, your results are bound to change according to the laws of science. Method is greater than talent. Wattles says you don't need to be exceptionally brilliant. If you start working in that certain way with whatever you have, the necessary intelligence will develop within you on its own. Do not sit idle because you lack capital. If you start working in that specific way, capital will find its way to you on its own. A simple perspective. To put it simply, just as the law of gravity works equally for everyone, whether you are a good person or bad, if you jump from a roof, you will fall. Similarly, anyone who correctly applies this science of getting rich will get rich. This is not a miracle of spirit, it is simply a law. The author assures us, being rich is not a lottery that only the lucky win. It is mathematics. If you can add 2 + 2 to make 4, you too can become rich. From today, stop blaming luck and start learning the science of working in that certain way, because when you follow the rules, success is merely a matter of time.
Chapter 3. Is opportunity monopolized? In this chapter, the author answers a major question. Has all the wealth been seized by the rich? Is there any opportunity left for me? The author's answer is a resounding no, which will forever remove the fear of running out of resources from our minds. The core essence of the chapter is, opportunity or wealth is not the property of any single individual. It is infinite. Wealth is not a finite or limited object where if one person takes more, another gets less. The earth and this universe are made of a formless substance that never runs out. Opportunity is always there. You just need to change your mindset to see it. Nature's exhaustless storehouse. Have you ever seen a shortage of oxygen in nature because so many people are breathing? Or has the sunlight run out because everyone is basking in it? Just as there is no shortage of light and air in nature, there is no shortage of wealth. Even if all current gold and silver were to vanish, human creative thought would produce newer resources from nature. Scarcity exists only in our eyes, not in nature's storehouse. The author compares opportunity to the tide of the sea, the ocean tide. When the tide comes in, all the boats in the sea rise together. A specific boat does not need to be pulled up individually. If you believe in this law of abundance of nature and start working in a certain way, you too will rise with that tide. Those who think opportunities have ended are essentially tying their boats to the shore before the tide arrives. Creativity, not competition. When you compete with others, you assume that wealth is limited and you must snatch it from someone else. But when you are creative, you create new opportunities. The author says, never go into the competitive mind, always stay in the creative mind. This keeps the door of opportunity always open for you. To put it simply, we often think someone has already captured the whole market, what will I do? But when Google arrived, Yahoo was king. When Facebook came, MySpace was popular. Opportunity never ends, it only changes form. For those who know how to think in new ways, the universe always opens new paths. The author gives us ultimate reassurance. Opportunity is not imprisoned in anyone's pocket. This world is an inexhaustible storehouse of wealth. No one can take your share if you possess creative thought. From today, discard the thought of nothing or finished and believe in the abundance of there is and more will come. Remember, the water of the sea never runs out. You just have to step in with your bucket.
Chapter 4. The First Principle in the Science of Getting Rich. In this chapter, the author teaches how your invisible thought transforms into visible money or matter. This is the very foundation upon which the entire edifice of wealth acquisition stands. The core essence of the chapter is, thought is the only power which can produce tangible riches. The author states that this universe is made of a kind of formless original substance. When you create a clear picture or thought of something within your mind, an impression is made upon that invisible substance and nature begins to create that thing for you. In other words, every visible object was first an invisible thought inside someone's mind. The example of building a house. Before a massive mansion is constructed, it does not exist in the form of bricks and stones. It exists as a blueprint or a thought within an architect's mind. When he held that thought specifically, it took real shape through labor and materials. The lesson: the universe is that ultimate architect. If you can sketch a clear picture of your desired wealth in your mind, the original substance of the universe is bound to create wealth according to that thought. The mold of the mind. The author compares our mind to a mold. Just as molten iron takes a specific shape when poured into a mold in a factory, the infinite possibilities of the universe turn into wealth when poured into the mold of your thoughts. The lesson: if your thought is of poverty or scarcity, your life will take the shape of that scarcity. But if your thought is of boundless abundance, life will manifest that abundance into reality. Wattles speaks of a difficult but effective strategy here. Truth versus appearance. Do not be afraid of the scarcity or poverty around you. Scarcity is merely an illusion or appearance. The ultimate truth is infinite abundance. The author says, to think abundance when in the midst of appearances of poverty is the real heroism. If you can look toward your goal instead of looking at your circumstances, the circumstances are bound to change. A simple perspective. To put it simply, your mind is a projector and your life is the screen. If you want to see a good movie on the screen, you must put a good reel or film into the projector. That is, if you want to see money in reality, you must first feel yourself as rich within your mind. Thought is the seed and wealth is the fruit of that seed. The author places us before an infallible truth. Each of your thoughts is an order to the universe. Are you ordering scarcity today or abundance? Remember, whatever the visible world may be, the invisible power of your mind is the real craftsman. From today, stop looking at lack and paint a clear picture of your dream abundant life on the canvas of your mind. Because whatever you think, the universe will return to you exactly that. Chapter 5. The Increasing Life, the Will of Nature.
The core message of this chapter is that the universe or the creator himself wants you to be rich. This is because the more prosperous you become, the more beautiful you can make the world. This chapter will wash away all your guilt feelings or sense of wrongdoing. Many believe that becoming wealthy means taking from others' rights, but in this chapter, the author shows why becoming rich is actually a noble act. The core essence of the chapter is, life always seeks more life. Nature does not like stagnation, it always desires expansion. The author states that money is required to develop the talents, the singing voice, or the business intellect within you. Without money, you cannot bring your latent potential to fulfillment. Therefore, becoming rich means honoring the will of nature. The example of a seed. When a seed falls to the ground, it does not stop at just becoming a single tree. It tries to create thousands of new seeds. A single seed becoming a forest is the rule of nature. The lesson: your life is like that seed. The universe wants you not just to survive, but for every branch of your life to be filled with abundance so that you can provide shade to others. In the book, the author uses a wonderful metaphor: the master musician. If a skilled player sits down to sing with a broken or cheap instrument, will his talent be fully expressed? Never. To express his talent, the finest instrument is required. The lesson: in this life, you are that musician, and the opportunities and resources around you are the instruments. The more expensive and improved instruments you obtain, the sweeter the melody of your life will be. God, or nature, wants you to be able to play the best possible tune. Wattles gives a very important warning here: creator, not competitor. When you think, I will grow big by defeating others, you lose your creative power. The author says, you must be a creator, not a competitor. You will create something that is beneficial for everyone. When you create wealth, you will not snatch from anyone, rather you will open new paths for all. A simple perspective. To put it simply, we are taught from childhood that money is the root of all evil, but Wattles says that money is the fertilizer that helps the tree of your life grow large. If you remain poor, you cannot even help yourself properly. How will you help others? Therefore, becoming rich is essential for your own expansion, or increasing life. The author reminds us of a great truth. The more successful you become, the more enriched this world becomes. There is no spirituality in keeping yourself small. The universe is ready to give you plenty. You just have to show the courage to accept it. From today, align your will with the infinite abundance of nature. Remember, you are not becoming rich just for yourself. You are developing yourself as a part of the great creation of nature.
Chapter 6: How Riches Come to You. The Secret Formula of Exchange. The core message of this chapter is that money will not fall from the sky. It will come to you through people. However, for that to happen, you must follow a specific mental law. Many wonder, will money just fall from the sky if I simply think about it? In this 6th chapter, the author unravels that mystery. The core essence of the chapter is, give every person more in use value than you take from them in cash value. Justice, Malcolm, and Wattles all suggest that while the universe will certainly create wealth for you, it will reach you through transactions with other people. If you take $1 from someone, give them something in return whose utility or value is far greater than that $1. The comparison of a painting and a book. The author uses an excellent comparison here. Suppose you buy an expensive painting from someone that just hangs on a wall. It might not serve any practical purpose for you. But if you buy a book for the same price that teaches you a new skill and increases your income, then the use value of that book is much higher. The lesson: when you do business or a job, do not just look at the money. Think about how much you are helping others through your work. The more value you give to people, the more wealth the universe will push toward you. In the book, wealth is compared to iron filings and your thought to a magnet. The magnet and the iron. When a magnet becomes active, it attracts iron from a distance. But the iron does not fly in on its own. It has to travel a path. The lesson: your creative thought is that magnet which attracts opportunity, but that opportunity will come to you through business, through a job, or through some legal means. Therefore, you must remain active in the field of work so that the attracted wealth can reach your hands. Wattles mentions a secret strategy here: the mindset of giving more. In every transaction, make the other party gain. If you are an employee, work with more sincerity than what your salary demands. If you are a businessman, give the customer better service than their expectations. The author says that when you make a habit of providing this excess value, your promotion or a big business opportunity becomes inevitable according to the laws of the universe. A simple perspective. To put it simply, we often think, how can I get more money by doing less work? But science says the opposite. The more problems of people you solve, the more money will follow you. Wealth is a byproduct of the service you provide. Give the service first. The universe will take the responsibility of delivering the reward. The author provides us with a brilliant formula. Help others to grow, only then will you grow yourself. Wealth does not come through a magic spell, it comes through the quality of your work. From today, stop calculating how much you are getting. Instead, set a goal for how much you can give to people. Remember, the more value you create, the bigger the check nature will write in your name.
Chapter 7: Gratitude, the Bridge to Abundance. The core message of this chapter is, the more grateful you are for the present, the faster future wealth will move toward you. This is the master key that unlocks the storehouse of the universe. The core essence of the chapter is, gratitude brings your whole mind into closer harmony with the creative energies of the universe. The author states that if you constantly complain about lack, you are pushing yourself away from abundance. But when you sincerely give thanks for what you have, your mental frequency aligns with receiving. It is a mental law. Whatever you focus on is what will increase in your life. The tale of two subjects. Suppose a king sent gifts to two subjects in his kingdom. The first subject was unhappy upon receiving the gift and complained about why he didn't get more. The second subject wrote a letter expressing immense gratitude for what he received. To whom will the king send the next big gift? Naturally, to the second person. The lesson: the universe or nature is that kind king. If you are grateful for small gains, nature is encouraged to open much larger doors for you. In the book, gratitude is compared to a mirror. The mirror and the sun. If you hold a mirror toward the sun, it reflects all of the sun's light. But if the mirror is covered with dust or the shroud of complaints, the light cannot reach it. The lesson: gratitude is that clean mirror of your mind. The clearer it is, the more the light of cosmic abundance will reflect in your life. Complaints are the dust that keeps your fate in the dark. Wattles teaches a very powerful and secret manifestation technique here. Thanks for everything. Do not give thanks only after receiving, rather give thanks before receiving. If you have a picture of a dream house or business in your mind, keep thanking the universe as if it is already yours. The author says, faithful gratitude is the ultimate form of faith, which makes the impossible possible. A simple perspective. To put it simply, gratitude is a positive energy.
When you say thank you with a smile, the environment around you changes. People love to work with you and opportunities begin to flow your way. If you lament all day saying, I don't have this, I don't have that, you are actually inviting scarcity. Whether you join the ranks of the needy or the abundant depends on your gratitude. The author reminds us of a profound secret. Gratitude is the magnet that transforms lack into gold. Complaining about what you don't have is like hitting your own foot with an axe. From today, give thanks with all your heart for every breath, every meal, and every small gain. Remember, a grateful heart is always close to abundance. The more you give thanks, the more reasons the universe will create for you to give thanks.
Chapter 8. Thinking in the certain way. Clarity of vision. The core message of this chapter is, vague desires are never fulfilled. Your wanting must be as sharp and specific as a laser beam. In the 7th chapter, we established a connection with the universe through gratitude. In this 8th chapter, we will learn how to use that connection to transform our dreams into reality. The core essence of the chapter is, formulate a specific mental picture of your desire. If you tell the universe, I want a lot of money, or I want to be happy, it will not work because these are vague. You must decide exactly how much money you want, what your house will look like, and what color your car will be. The universe only responds to the picture that you can see clearly on the screen of your mind. The example of a ship's sailor. When a sailor begins a voyage, he has a specific port or destination in mind. He knows exactly where he needs to arrive. He keeps his eyes on that destination at all times. If he merely says, I want to go somewhere, the ship will just circle aimlessly in the middle of the ocean. The lesson? Your life is that ship. The specific picture in your mind is that port. The clearer you are about your destination, the more the winds of the universe will favor your sails. In the book, the human mind is compared to a camera negative or a photographic plate. The photographic plate. If an image has many blurry scenes, the print will appear cluttered and messy. But if one scene is steady and clear, it emerges as a beautiful photograph. The lesson? If your thoughts change every day, wanting this today, that tomorrow, the universe cannot produce any results. You must fix the picture of your desired life steadily on the plate of your mind. Wattles teaches a magical technique here. Mental ownership. Do not wait to receive what you are asking for. Instead, feel within your mind that it is already yours right now. Act as if you are already living in your dream house or already managing your desired business. The author says, live in the new house mentally until it takes form around you physically. This is what it means to think in the certain way. A simple perspective. To put it simply, the universe is like an online shopping site. If you don't put a specific item in your cart and confirm the order, the delivery will never arrive. The more you think about the details of your desire, such as the exact number in your bank balance, the faster the universe will send that wealth to your address. Vague intentions are a sign of lack, while clarity is a sign of abundance. The author reminds us, desire and purpose are not the same. Simply saying, I want, isn't enough. You must engrave a colorful and living picture of what you want into your mind. Sit down today and write out or visualize every detail of your dream life. Remember, the clearer the picture in your mind, the faster its manifestation will be in the physical world. Bid farewell to vagueness and embrace the power of being specific.
Chapter 9. How to use the will. Controlling your own mind. The core message of this chapter is, apply your willpower not to the world, but to your own mind. This teaches us how to stop wasting our mental energy on the wrong paths and direct it toward the right goals. The core essence of the chapter is, Attempting to control others or force circumstances to change is a form of mental coercion. Justice, Malcolm, and Wattles state that if you think you can use your willpower to force other people to do your bidding or snatch your destiny by force, you are on the wrong track. Use your willpower only to hold your thoughts and actions in a certain direction. Influence over others versus control over self. The author provides a warning here. When you apply your willpower to others, it leads to mental slavery or conflict, resulting in a waste of energy. But when you apply your willpower to yourself, ensuring that your mind holds only the picture of abundance, the universe begins to create that wealth for you. The lesson? You don't need to change the world. Change your own thoughts, and the world will naturally align in your favor. In the book, willpower is compared to a laser beam. The light bulb and the laser. The light from an ordinary bulb spreads in all directions and has no cutting power, but when that same light is focused into a narrow point or a laser, it can pierce through iron. The lesson: your willpower is that focus. When you use your will to lock your mind only onto the picture of success, your mental energy becomes as powerful as a laser and overcomes mountains of obstacles. Wattles mentions an extremely difficult but effective strategy here. Close the door to poverty. Stop listening to those who cry about scarcity. Stop reading books or watching movies about poverty. The author says, to look at poverty is to blur the picture of abundance in your own mind. Use your willpower to ensure your ears and eyes only hear news of progress and messages of hope. Keeping your mind away from negativity is the true job of willpower. A simple perspective. To put it simply, we spend all day blaming others. The country is going to ruin, the boss is bad, there is no money. The author says it takes a massive amount of willpower to make these complaints. Save that energy and focus it solely on your goal. Keeping your mind positive is a greater task than ruling the world. Conquer your own mind and the world will bow before you. The author reminds us of a hard truth. Your willpower is for yourself, not for others. Stop trying to change others and become the guardian of your own mind. From today, use your willpower for only one task: to hold that colorful picture of abundance within your mind. Remember, the one who can rule their own mind is the true sovereign of the world. Silence the outer noise and strengthen the inner resolve.
Chapter 10. Further use of the will, making the mind a guardian. The core message of this chapter is: stop thinking, talking, or reading about poverty and lack. Doing so is like mixing poison into the factory of your mind, where abundance is being created. This chapter teaches how to completely erase past and present scarcity from your consciousness. The core essence of the chapter is: whatever you focus on, your subconscious mind will manifest that world before you. Even if you dwell on poverty or lack under the guise of charity or philanthropy, you are merely strengthening the mental image of that lack. If you wish to eradicate poverty from the world, lead by example by becoming wealthy yourself. Scarcity is not removed by complaints or mere sympathy. The example of past skeletons. The author provides a stern example here. Suppose your past was very painful or you have significant debt. The author says to bury those skeletons of the past. By constantly ruminating on them or telling others about them, you are ruining the beautiful picture of your present. The lesson? Whatever your current situation is, view it only as a temporary stopover. Your destination is abundance. You cannot move forward if you keep looking back. In the book, lack is compared to darkness and abundance to light. Beating the darkness. Can you drive darkness out of a room by hitting it with a stick? No, the only way to remove darkness is to turn on the light of success in your mind. When the light of wealth shines within, the darkness of lack will vanish on its own. Wattles provides an extremely important strategy here. Filter your feed. Wherever you see negative or depressing news, whether in newspapers or on social media, withdraw yourself from there. The author says, immerse your mind only in the stories of successful people and information about abundance. Exercise your willpower to control your attention so that no virus of lack can enter your mind. A simple perspective? To put it simply, we often think that sitting with the poor and listening to their sad stories is a virtuous act. But the author says that by doing this, you are becoming mentally poor yourself. If you want to help someone, teach them to think like the rich. Show them by becoming successful yourself that the path is open to everyone. Your success will be the greatest service to the world. The author gives us a serious warning. Stop practicing lack. No matter what your past was like, forget it today. From today, use your willpower only to listen to stories of success and to dream of abundance. Remember, the more you look towards progress, the more progress will move towards you. Leave lack in its own place, focus your mind on the task of building your own palace.
Chapter 11. Acting in the Certain Way, the Power of Action. The core message of this chapter is, thought will bring wealth to you, but you must act to receive that wealth. Action is the bridge that transforms your invisible thought into visible money. Many people only dream but do not succeed because they do not know the secret formula of this chapter. The core essence of the chapter is, do not wait for the future, begin acting now, in the present. Justice, Malcolm and Wattles state that the universe will create opportunities for you, but you must be active to grab the hand of that opportunity. If you only sit at home imagining your bank balance increasing, it will not happen. Your thought will draw wealth toward you, and your action will put that wealth into your pocket. The example of the waiting ship. The author provides an example of a waiting ship here. Suppose you are standing at the dock to unload goods from a ship. The ship is coming toward your port through the power of your thought. But once the ship docks, if you sit idly, will the goods enter your warehouse by themselves? Never. The lesson: the universe will send the opportunity, but the responsibility to work hard and turn that opportunity into reality is yours. Action is the medium through which you claim your due. In the book, thought is compared to a seed and action to water. The seed and the water. You have planted a very expensive seed underground, but if you do not provide water, will that tree ever grow? The lesson: just as action without thought is blind, thought without action is dead. For success, you must unite these two. Wattles teaches an extremely important strategy here. Act in the now. Do not dwell on what you will do tomorrow or what mistakes you made in the past. Begin working from where you are and with what you have. The author says, even if your current workplace or business is not to your liking, do your best work there. When you give your best in the present, the universe will open the best door for you, the one you saw in your dreams. A simple perspective. To put it simply, we often think, I will start a business when I have good capital, or I will work hard when I get a good job. But the science says the opposite. If you show the magic of the certain way in the small task you are doing now, the big capital or the big job will come to you on its own. Action is the manifestation of your faith. By acting, you are proving that success is coming. The author reminds us of an infallible truth. The time for dreaming is over. Now is the time to wake up. Thought will show you the way, but you must walk it yourself. Start working with your best effort from wherever you are today, in whatever condition you find yourself. Remember, the universe does not help the idle. It only holds the hands of those who take a step toward achieving their goals. Your present work is the first brick of your future palace.
Chapter 12. Efficient action, the strategy of successful work. The core message of this chapter is, it is not a matter of how many things you do, but how efficiently you perform each act. This chapter will teach you how to make those actions successful. Many people toil like beasts of burden all day without results. The author reveals that very secret here. The core essence of the chapter is, make every day a successful day. Wattles states that the world does not pay you based on the quantity of your work, but on the quality of your action. If you perform 100 tasks in a day and all of them are incomplete or disorganized, you are failing. But if you perform only 5 tasks and complete each one perfectly, you are moving towards success. Successful day versus failure day. The author provides an example of the right use of time here. Suppose a person rushes around all day but ends the day with nothing truly accomplished. This is a failure day. On the other hand, another person calmly completes every task on his list successfully. This is a successful day. A successful life is made up of many successful days. If you can make each small daily task successful in the certain way, then great success will come to you by the rules of mathematics. In the book, successful work is compared to the bricks of a solid wall, the wall of bricks. If you place every brick straight and firmly while building a wall, the wall will not fall. But if you place crooked bricks in a hurry, the entire building will collapse. The lesson: every small task you do today, whether it is sending an email or speaking to a customer, is a brick in the edifice of your future. Lay every brick perfectly. Wattles teaches a secret mental strategy here: putting power into your work. Whenever you perform a task, hold the picture of abundance or your goal within your mind. When you work while thinking of your goal, an invisible power enters that work. The author says, inefficient action is a sign of lack of faith, and efficient action is proof of your self-confidence. Pour your full attention and resolve into every task. A simple perspective. To put it simply, we often think, let me just get this small task over with for now. I'll work hard when the big opportunity comes. The author says this is the biggest mistake. If you cannot show your efficiency in small tasks, the universe will not give you the responsibility of large ones. Let every task you do be your signature. The quality of your work determines your fate, not the quantity. The author reminds us of a great truth. Being busy does not mean being successful. Have you merely passed the time today, or have you transformed every task into a victory? From today, vow that whatever you do will be your life's best work. Remember, great empires are built through small victories. Every efficient step you take moves you one step closer to becoming the billionaire of your dreams.
Chapter 13. Getting into the right business. The union of talent and strategy. To be successful, merely having talent is not enough. Rather, applying that talent in the right field and developing new skills if necessary is the real strategy. This chapter will clear all your doubts regarding your career or professional life. Many think, I don't have any special talent. Will I be successful? The author answers that very question in this 13th chapter. The core essence of the chapter is, you can succeed most easily in a business for which you have the talent, but you will succeed certainly in the business you want to do. Justice, Malcolm, and Wattles state that talent is much like a set of tools. Having good tools, talent, certainly makes the work easier, but if you don't know how to operate those tools or use them in the wrong place, there is no benefit. Therefore, choosing the profession you love is the wisest move. The carpenter and the watch. The author provides an excellent comparison here.
If a carpenter has a very sharp saw and a good hammer, he can easily create beautiful furniture. But if he's given those same tools to repair a watch, he will fail. The lesson: perhaps you have a great ability for speaking or a good head for numbers. If you apply these powers in the right business, such as sales or accounts, you will get rich quickly. But if you do not like your current profession, do not despair. By working in the certain way, you can build the necessary talent. In the book, human talent is compared to a seed and the profession to the soil. The seed and the soil. Just as growing rice in salty soil will not yield a harvest, you will struggle if you enter a profession that is the opposite of your talent. But if the soil is suitable, a massive tree will quickly grow from the seed. The lesson: the joy in your heart is your compass. The work where you lose track of time is where immense wealth is waiting for you. Wattles provides a very important piece of life advice here. Do not hurry. If you feel your current job is not right for you, do not quit suddenly. The author says, practice the certain way while staying in your current job. When you start succeeding in your current work, the door to your dream profession will open naturally. Do not make any decisions out of haste or fear. Remember, there is no lack of opportunity in the universe. A simple perspective. To put it simply, we often think, I don't have any qualities to grow big. But the author says, talent is not a static thing. It can be acquired through practice. If you want to enter a specific profession, start gaining knowledge on that subject from today. Your willpower will create that talent within you. The universe has already paved the way for you to reach the profession that is best for you. The author reassures us, success does not depend solely on innate talent. If you have the honest courage to walk the path of what you want to be, talent will follow you. Ask your heart today, what work do you love doing the most? Do not be afraid, because the universe wants to give you abundant wealth through the work that brings you joy. Respect the present, but keep an unwavering focus on the dream profession of your future. Chapter 14. The impression of increase, the magical power of advancement. In this chapter, the author teaches a vital lesson. Make everyone you speak with or do business with feel that their life will be better by being associated with you. If you want people to be attracted to you and wealth to rush toward you on its own, this 14th chapter is going to be a life changer for you. The core essence of the chapter is, the desire for increase is inherent in all nature. It is the fundamental impulse of the universe. Justice Malcolm and Wattles state that people are naturally attracted to those who give them a dream of growth or show them a path to advancement. If you are a seller, do not merely sell a product. Instead, make the buyer feel that this product will enrich their life. When you can leave an impression of increase in the minds of others, the whole world will want to work with you. The smile of a child. The author provides a psychological example here. Just as a small child captures everyone's attention because they embody the spark of life and the joy of growth, a person who constantly thinks of their own and others' advancement becomes beloved by all. The lesson: let every act, every word, and every look convey the silent assurance that you are a successful person and that everyone who deals with you will also become successful. In the book, a person's personality is compared to a source of light, the radiation of light. Just as lighting a candle in a dark room makes everything around it visible, your mindset of increase dispels the darkness or despair in others' minds. The lesson: when you become a blessing to others, the universe will fill your storehouse even more. Nature desires that those who lift others up should stay at the top themselves. Wattles provides a very important warning here. Discarding arrogance. Do not become boastful or arrogant while trying to leave an impression of increase. Do not try to dominate others or show yourself as superior. The author says, true power lies in humility and the spirit of service. When you unselfishly seek the welfare of others, the attraction of your personality multiplies. When you lift others, nature will automatically raise you above all. A simple perspective. To put it simply, we like those who encourage us. If you speak to your office colleagues or your customers in a way that makes them feel important, you will become a people magnet. Wealth comes through people, and people come to those who know how to make them dream. Let your presence be a gift to others. The author is teaching us an infallible power of attraction. Give the touch of increase to others' lives. From today, let everyone who meets you leave with a little more hope and a little more self-confidence than when they arrived. Remember, the more people you inspire to grow, the faster the universe will create opportunities for you to grow. Spread the fragrance of abundance, and you will see wealth rushing toward you like bees to a flower.
Chapter 15. The Advancing Person. New Heights of Success. No matter what work you do, present yourself as if you are much larger than your current position and ready to move further ahead. This chapter will bring an unimaginable transformation to your current job or business. If you feel stuck in your current work or are not getting a promotion, this 15th chapter is your magic key. The core essence of the chapter is, view your current work merely as a step, not the destination. Justice, Malcolm, and Wattles state that if you only do in your current job or business exactly what you're being paid for, you will remain stuck there. But when you demonstrate more capability and mental power than your position requires, the universe will be forced to create a larger path for you. The person in the small garment. The author provides a symbolic example here. Suppose a large person is squeezed into a small garment. Can that garment hold them back? No, the garment will eventually burst and the person will move into a larger one. The lesson: if your current job or business is small, make your mindset so large that the small boundary can no longer contain you. When you nurture an advancing mindset within yourself, circumstances will create grand opportunities for you on their own. In the book, human progress is compared to the branch of a tree. The growing branch. When a branch moves towards the sunlight, the entire tree provides it with nourishment, because nature desires the expansion of the tree. The lesson: when you seek to improve in your work in the certain way, the entire universe comes forward to help you. The advancing person is nature's favorite child. Wattles teaches a very profound strategy here: working for your own growth. When you do good work, do not do it merely to please the boss or to get a raise. Rather, do it for your own advancement. The author says, perform every act as if you are a winner. When you develop yourself as a winner, even if your current employer does not give you a promotion, the universe will bring some other great opportunity before you. Your competence will never go to waste. A simple perspective. To put it simply, many of us say, the salary is low, so I will do less work. The author says, this is the biggest reason for staying poor. If you do not show great capability in small tasks, the opportunity for great tasks will never come to you. From today, perform your current work with respect and believe in your heart that you are moving towards something much larger. Your faith will create new paths for you. The author reminds us of a great truth. Your current situation is not your identity. Your destination is your real identity. From today, wherever you lay your hands, leave the mark of your excellence and advancing mindset. Remember, the world makes way for those who know where they are going. If you hold the picture of a big position or a large business in your mind, this small boundary cannot hold you back for long. Move forward, because abundance is waiting for you.
Chapter 16. Some cautions and concluding observations. The strategy for overcoming obstacles. There is no such thing as failure. It is merely a temporary pause or a redirection on the path to a greater success. Chapter 16 is the protective shield that helps sustain the knowledge you have acquired so far in reality.
When fear or doubt creeps into your mind along the way, this chapter will be your greatest weapon. The core essence of the chapter is, fear and doubt are the greatest enemies of your progress. Justice, Malcolm, and Wattles state that whenever you face obstacles in reaching your goal, do not panic. If a specific plan fails, understand that something bigger and better is waiting for you. If you remain steady in your faith, the universe will turn that very failure into a stepping stone for your success. The closed door and the new window. The author provides an optimistic example here. Suppose you worked very hard for a specific business deal or contract, but it slipped away at the last moment. An ordinary person would break down here, but the person walking in the certain way will believe the universe is bringing a more profitable deal for me. The lesson: often we do not get what we want because nature wants to give us something even larger. Therefore, do not deviate from your science of getting rich due to a minor defeat. In the book, the journey toward a goal is compared to driving a car through fog. Driving through the fog. When you turn on the headlights in the fog, you may not see the entire road, but you can see the next few feet clearly. As you move forward those few feet, the path further ahead becomes visible. The lesson: you don't need the map of your entire future today. Do whatever opportunity is before you today in the certain way. As you keep moving, the fog will lift and the road will become clear. Wattles provides a very important caution here. Eliminate negative conversation. Never speak despondently about your own or the country's bad conditions. Erase phrases like "hard times are coming" or "business is very sluggish" from your dictionary. The author says, whatever you utter, your subconscious mind takes as truth. Therefore, always speak as if you are already a winner and that there are nothing but abundant opportunities all around. A simple perspective. To put it simply, the biggest obstacle in our lives is not our external circumstances, but our internal disbelief. Whenever you feel like, "I probably can't do it," remember the principles of this book. Remember, just as 2 + 2 must equal 4, if you work according to these rules, you are bound to get rich. This is as true as science. There is no room for doubt. The author warns us, let your faith be as solid as a rock. Obstacles will come, but those obstacles will test your patience. Whenever you feel lost, look again at that picture of abundance. Remember, there is no lack and no failure in the universe. If you remain steadfast in your bowl, even mountains will make way for you. Bid farewell to fear and continue your activity until the final moment of victory.
Chapter 17. Summary of the Science of Getting Rich. Success is not a coincidence. It is the ultimate result of a disciplined mental and physical process. The 17th chapter is the powerful capsule of this entire book. Even if you forget everything from the previous 16 chapters, remembering just this summary is bound to change your life. The core essence of the chapter is divided into 3 steps: think, believe, and act. Wattles brings the entire book onto this single page. There is an invisible, original substance in this universe that receives your thought. When you remain fixed on your goal, express gratitude, and work by giving your best in the present, nature is compelled to give you wealth. The final 5 formulas of the author. The author reminds us of the 5 main points of the entire book here. Creativity. You are not in competition with anyone. You are a creator. Become rich not by snatching from others, but by creating something new. Gratitude. Constantly thank the universe for what you have. A grateful mind remains closest to wealth. Mental image. Always hold a living picture of what you want in the mirror of your mind. Vagueness means failure. Unwavering faith. No matter the circumstances, do not lose faith that the thing you desire is coming towards you. Efficient action. Complete every daily task as if you are a successful person. Give your best from wherever you are today. In the final part of the book, these rules can be compared to a golden chain. The golden chain. If even one link of a chain is weak, the entire chain will break. Similarly, if you only think but do not act, wealth will not come. Again, if you act but lack faith, you will not see results. The lesson. Hold every part of these rules firmly. Only then can you reach the peak of your dreams. Wattles provides one last secret strategy here. Read the book repeatedly. If you want this science to work in your life, let the words of this book blend into your blood. The author says, read or listen to this every day until these rules become part of your nature. Discard all other thoughts or theories and build your life solely upon this one science. A simple perspective. To put it simply, acquiring wealth is not a mystery, it is a skill. Just as you learn to drive a car or learn to cook, becoming rich is also a matter of learning. This book has given you that driving license. Now it is your turn to drive, that is, to act. Do not be afraid because the universe is working behind you like the power of an engine. Friends, today we have finished those 17 invaluable chapters of the secret law of effortless wealth. Remember, the world belongs to those who dream and have the courage to turn those dreams into reality. Poverty is not your fate, it is merely the result of a wrong thought. From today, declare yourself an advancing person. Let your thoughts reach the sky, let your gratitude be deep, and your work be perfect. You were born to be rich, that is your right. Let us begin our new life in that certain way today. Best wishes for your new journey.